What I'd like to do now is to invite you to join me in letting go of our individual selves and truly enter into this spirit of community. Allow yourself to let go of ordinary time and enter into this present moment and this sacred time that we're sharing here this morning. Sit back comfortably in your chair. Place your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Let go of the tensions that have built up in your body this week. After a few moments of this collective silence, you'll hear me ring the bowl. And at that time, anyone who would care to come forward to commemorate a joy, sorrow, signify a prayer or invitation by lighting a candle will be welcome to do so at that time. Please join in song, hymn number 86, Blessed Spirit of My Life.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be back with you again. 2 in a row. Here we go. Today, by way of introduction to my reading, I want to continue the story that we began last Sunday concerning Ralph Waldo Emerson. Again, today I want to try to show how some of Emerson's most celebrated teachings are directly tied in some surprising and intimate ways to his own personal experience, his own lived biography. Today, with major help from Louis Leary, an Emersonian scholar, I want to take you behind the scenes of Emerson's celebrated Harvard Divinity School address, which was one of Emerson's most famous and most critically important addresses, especially important to us Unitarian Universalists. First then, for my reading in its original unexpurgated, I'm sorry to say, sexist language, let me share an excerpt from that celebrated Harvard Divinity School address. This concerns Emerson's then radical, and I would suggest still radical, but nevertheless refreshing views of Jesus. Jesus Christ belonged to the true race of prophets. He saw with open eye the mystery of the soul. Drawn by its severe harmony, ravished by its beauty, he lived in it and had his being there. Alone in all history, Jesus estimated the greatness of man. One man was true to what is in you and me. He saw that God incarnates himself in man and evermore goes forth anew to take possession of his world. Jesus said in his jubilee of sublime emotion, I am divine. Through me God acts. Through me God speaks. Would you see God? See me, or see thee, when thou also thinkest as I now think. But what a distortion did his doctrine and memory suffer in the same and in the next and in the following ages. In the next age it was said, this is Jehovah, come down out of heaven. I will kill you if you say he was a man. The idioms of his language and the figures of his rhetoric have usurped the place of his truth. And churches are not built on his principles, but on his tropes. Christianity became a mythos as the poetic teachings of Greece and Egypt before. Jesus spoke of miracles, for he felt that man's life was a miracle, and all that man doeth, and he knew that this daily miracle shines as the character ascends. But the word miracle, as pronounced by Christian churches, gives a false impression. It is a monster. It is not one with the blowing clover and the falling rain. This concludes our reading from Emerson's Divinity School Address. So, it looks like we sing, eh? Hymn number 123.